Hello and welcome to Brodual. This time we have Jaxonz Utilities. A lot of you are probably familiar with Jaxonz and his mods. We've even covered a few on the channel. They cover a wide range of different areas, but generally they aim to increase functionality and to make certain tasks easier. The Jaxonz Utility mod is a collection of 13 different tools, and in the video we'll give you a brief rundown of each one. All of the tools can be controlled in a mod menu, and the main collection mod lets you pick and choose which of the utility mods you want installed. It's also important to note that all of the tools are fully compatible with everything else, including DLC and other mods. In alphabetical order, we'll start with Jaxonz Archery. The tool adds two main features. The first is called Tracer Shot, which as the name suggests, make arrows glow when fired. The second feature on the other hand focuses on the camera. You can now set it to automatically switch to first person view whenever you pull a bowstring, and then switch back after you're done, or whenever you're hit to begin fighting. The crafting helper makes it easier to manipulate your items when crafting. You basically set a hotkey, and then whenever it's pressed, it takes all items from nearby storage and places them in your inventory. Then whenever you're done crafting, you can press the same hotkey to put all of the unused items back in their storage containers. This is especially helpful if you're using organised storage containers and want a quick way to collect items and begin crafting. The droppable statics tool provides a framework for furniture, interesting objects and all sorts of static content. It's exactly as it sounds, and it basically turns static non-interactive items into standard items, which you can loot, drop and manipulate in various ways. Lights Please is a very simple tool that lets you set individual hotkeys to cast Candlelight and Mage Light without having to actually equip the spells. You can even set it to automatically recast itself when it runs out. Jaxonz Map Markers is a very handy tool that lets you assign a map marker to any person, place or object, so you can then track it at any time on the world map. This can be extremely helpful for a variety of reasons, whether it's keeping an eye on a travelling NPC or to keep track of your horse or favourite item. The MCM kicker is exactly what the name suggests. It starts whenever you load a save and gives a kicking boost to any of the mod menus to make them show up properly. So if you've ever had an issue with lingering mod menus, this is an absolute must have. The named save tool lets you save a new hotkey to rename your save file to whatever you want. Helpful for when you want to store a separate version of your save files for storage. The Jaxonz Positioner is probably our favourite tool on the list. This is a mod that lets you move practically any object in the game, including furniture, containers and statics. You can even move complex objects like mannequins, paintings and display cases. The mod works by unlocking the object and then you can manipulate in various ways. You can change its size, store it in your inventory, lock it in place and more. For a longer look at the mod, be sure to check out our full spotlight. The Project Favourites tool gives you a little more protection over any special items. It's quite simple and just adds a confirmation pop-up to any favourited items when you try to sell or drop them. So if you've ever lost a rare item by accident, then this is an absolute must-have. The Renamer lets you change the name of any NPC or object in the game. You can even rename things like houses, spells, skills and even the races. So this is really helpful for naming your horse or for setting up organised and fully named storage. The SKSC tester is just that. It's a tool to confirm whether your SKSC and SkyUI mods are installed correctly, which can be helpful if you're very new to modding. The Jaxonz Smart Looter adds a new auto looting system that picks up items your character runs over. However, as the name suggests, it's quite smart and will only pick up items that don't interfere too much with your inventory. You get to set the rules in the mod menu, so if you want junk then you'll just loot everything. But if you only want certain items or items of a certain weight or value, then you can do that. You can also choose for it to not loot from certain areas. And finally there's Jaxonz Zoom. This is a mod that lets you press a hotkey that zooms in much further than you can in the vanilla game. Particularly helpful if you set up an LOD mod or just want to see what's going on in the distance. So overall, as you can see, the utilities are completely separate and add functionality to all areas of the game. Some are more helpful than others, but having the collection mod menu and only a single .esp for multiple mods is always great. So if you think any of these sound helpful to you, then you can find everything you need down below. And as always, be sure to leave an endorsement on any mod you enjoy, and thanks for watching.